it didn't work. The third time it worked, and a little bit tight off the corner.
Very close there. Now the 13 able to get by that 99 of Brian Silas. Ray.
PK's won 2 races this year. The truck he's driving tonight is actually the one they used to go to victory lane for his first big win at Michigan. But I talked to Chris Carrier, his crew chief, and he said that this truck is really, really good in the early stages of the run. As they get towards the late stages, it starts to tend a little bit loose, and I think we're seeing that right now. And here goes Sauter. Sauter's going to try the bottom of the racetrack. PK holds him off that lap, but he is definitely getting looser in the late stage of the run.
We have seen that too. We've seen that truck get loose up off the corner, late exit of the corner. And guys, we've run as far now as we had the previous 2 runs with a little bit over 30 laps on the tires. Now this is uncharted territory so far for these guys, going more than 30 laps on this run.
Johnny Sauter definitely has a faster truck right now than Nelson, but Nelson is doing a great job of holding the lead. I think if Johnny can grab it, he'll drive away from Nelson Piquet Jr. and just isn't quite able to complete the pass.
He has to stay pinched down because Nelson's holding that high line as they go through the quad oval now. They're side by side. Looks like Johnny has the advantage this time going into 1.
We saw him run into his teammate when he wasn't able to pass him. Certainly wouldn't be shy to try that with Nelson, but he doesn't have to. Gets the move entering the corner and is able to hold it through the exit.
Johnny Sauter looking for the sweep in Texas in 2012. Won here earlier this year. Now out in front of the field once again.
I think that clean air, he's going, like you said, Michael, he's going to drive away here, but long way to go in this race yet. We've just completed the 100 laps. We know now that gets us in the pit window to make it on 1 more stop.
Johnny Sauter looking for any bright spot on the 2012 season. Earlier this year, it was victory lane at Texas Motor Speedway. Can he garner the trophy once again here in the Lone Star State? Number 15, Speed uncovers the real Kurt Busch. Witness an unbelievable candid and personal look at NASCAR's most controversial driver, Kurt Busch, the Outlaw. November 15th, that's 8 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on Speed. And brother Kyle in this race made his way back up to the 7th spot after having some issues with a battery, maybe a charging situation.
That's amazing, though. He restarted 23rd back on lap 70, and he's already made his way up to the 7th position. But guys, we've completed 106 laps. Most of these trucks stop back on lap number 66. That means we're about 10 to 15 laps away from possible green flag pit stops. Remember, this is as far as we've run on any run during this race.
Johnny Sauter out in front has almost a 2-second lead over Nelson Piquet Jr. now. Back to Parker Kligerman in 3rd. Matt Crafton running 4th. Ty Dillon in the top 5. Again in the championship hunt, Buescher came in with a 21-point lead. Ty Dillon now running in the 5th spot. Buescher back in the 10th spot. So 5 positions there between the top 2 contenders.
Yeah, Buescher fell back to 10th quite quickly after that restart, but he's since stabilized in the 10th spot, running just ahead of Tom O'Dine and hanging on to that coveted top 10 position right now.
Talked about a vibration. Told his crew, I've got a massive vibration, shaking my hands with the steering wheel. But obviously now, as you mentioned, has plateaued at the 10th spot now.
There's another truck, Phil, I think that took 2 tires. That was Brendan Gaughan, got some track position like we saw Cale Gale. Cale Gale is in danger of going a lap down back in the 19th spot. And Brendan just dropped to the 15th position, so didn't feel like 2 tires was a good call because of all the wear that we see. Anytime there's a massive amount of wear, you don't want to get 2 tires. 2 works really good if the tires don't fall off a great deal. But Brendan's experiencing a lot of fall off right now, just like Cale Gale.
Yeah, we saw him in 30 laps lose a 1.5 seconds. Now we've gone beyond that, and they're about 1 3/4 off what they were able to run on their fastest laps.
Miguel Paludo way up the racetrack now. Brendan Gaughan following suit at South Point number 2. Get out in front, Johnny Sauter with a 2.5 second lead over Nelson Piquet Jr.
So much success at this racetrack. Brendan Gaughan won 4 times in a row here. He swept twice.
2002 and 2003, won every race here.
There's horses Texas. For courses, and Brendan likes this course, huh?
Had it figured out. Now you see the 13 closing in on some of the slower lap traffic, so that will come into play, as will green flag pit stops potentially here at Texas Motor Speedway. We'll be back for them.
Welcome back to Texas. The number 30
is about 4 laps quicker than what Joe Shear said they were coming to pit road. They were planning to come around lap 120, but they came on 117, 4 tires, Sunoco fuel, no adjustments. Timothy Peters also on pit road, Ray.
Joey Coulter just got done with his pit stop. They've got One Man Financial on that truck this week. He said he really needs help on the long run. You see on the right side of your screen there is Matt Crafton. Crafton is going to come down pit roads. He'll be in 1 lap later than his teammate Johnny Sauter. Let's go back to your end and check on Crafton, Hermie.
Crafton likes his truck. They want a fast stop. They talked a minute about 2 tires, but they ended up deciding to take 4 tires. No adjustments for the 88. The 3 truck also on his way down pit road, coming will be his last stop of the night. 4 tires. Ty said he wanted the same adjustment that he got last time. That's what he's going to give him, Ray.
Keep in mind, Cale Gale went with 2 tires on their last pit stop. His truck's been very, very loose. They'll put 4 tires and Sunoco fuel on it, and he'll go back to the track. They were quite sure that a 2-tire stop didn't work last time. Hermie?
The 5 of Eric Almirola has been very solid all night long. It'll be another 4-tire stop. A little bit of an air pressure adjustment for Almirola.
And as all the pit stops cycled through, Ty Dillon led a lap. So there's a bonus point that he was able to gain through all of the pit cycle that took place. Miguel Paludo out in front of the field as our scoring monitor shows.
And I think, I believe Ray talked about the fact that they came a little earlier. Johnny Sauter came a little bit earlier than what he had planned. Or Hermie talked about that. That's because Kyle Busch forced their hand. When he came in early, a little bit early, that brought everyone else down pit road because he was able to run so much faster on those new tires, and those guys out there running 2 seconds of a lap slower.
And there comes Paludo, one of the last leaders. Brendan Gaughan still hasn't pitted as well. So you're right, Phil. The only price you'll pay for that is this thing's going to, you're going to be on older tires at the end of the race. But if you needed a little track position, that was a great chance to grab it. You're out there running a couple seconds a lap faster than the guys you're racing. When it all cycles through, you're going to be ahead of them. You just hope that you can hang on late in the race.
Jason White pulls down to the lower part of the track. Lofton looking to his outside. Jay White still needs to come to pit road, as does the 2 of Brendan Gaughan. And you're seeing the 7 of Parker Kligerman have to check up behind him.
That's a beautiful illustration of what new tires will do versus old tires. You saw the closure rate that Parker Kligerman drove up down the straightaway. They're dead even. Wait till they get to the corner and watch Parker drive away.
Now, as we're cycling through, Parker Kligerman is going to be your race leader as soon as Jay White comes off of the racetrack and onto pit road.
And there's the battle. Nelson Piquet goes up the hill. Johnny Sauter makes the pass there. Looked like maybe Sauter's stop was a little bit slower than some of the other trucks. Didn't really have a watch on it, but it appeared that on the left side they had a bit of a hang-up, and it cost Sauter some time, and it's also cost him the lead. Like you said, Rick, Parker Kligerman is now the guy in the front of this field.
And Parker Kligerman is going to end up with about a 4-second lead over Johnny Sauter when Brendan Gaughan comes back onto pit road. Brendan still has to make a stop. He's one of the few that are still out there from the last time they were on pit road.
Remember, we talked at the very top of the show how difficult and challenging this racetrack is, and that you also would need to be flawless on pit road. Right now, it looks like that 7 of Parker Kligerman was flawless on pit road because he was running in the top 5 when he made his pit stop, and now he emerges with a 3-second lead.
Brendan Gaughan making his way off of pit road now after that stop. After the green flag pit stops cycle through, only 12 trucks on the lead lap. James Busher right there toward the back of that lead lap pack. WinStar World Casino 350 presented by Pep Boys continues here on Speed. 19 laps remain in the WinStar World Casino 350 presented on Speed by Pep Boys. Just into the month of November, here is your points as they run. James Busher with a 15-point lead over Ty Dillon. Busher at the back of the lead lap trucks. He is running 11th, but close to be going a lap down. Parker Kligerman out in front of the field. Johnny Sauter 2 seconds back, but Kligerman took 2 tires, just the right side tires for the 7. So that could be an issue as we continue to put laps on these tires, right?
And not only, Rick, did they take right side tires, but his big problem was water temperature was going way up. They picked up a little bit of trash on the front grill. He was up at 245, but they think now he may have gotten close enough to somebody to suck that debris off. So right now he says temperature starting to go back down.
You see him trying to get by the 32 of Miguel Paludo, not able to make that pass.
I'm impressed with how well he's been able to run on just those 2 tires. I really don't think that call, I didn't think that call was the right one at all. But Parker's obviously had a really fast truck all race long, and he's holding on